living like the winner do.
Sitting with the crew, had to get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move. Still I gotta grow in a Jimmy Choo. Break the rules, no you're not a fool, but I'm in the mood.
What's up, y'all? State Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skinny Ambassador, with another Rikers Island story. This story is from the New York Post, and this story says, violent Rikers inmate took physician hostage for 3 hours. Now, the reason why I'm telling this story is because it's not mine, but it's a real interesting story, and it goes with how I always feel about the average criminal, whereas they allow themselves to take the easy route out and there's no accountability, and how the average criminal is a coward and very selfish. Very, very damn selfish. You know what I'm saying? You'll have a lot of inmates say, hey, I had to do this crime. I had to do that crime. I was forced to do it, or I come from a bad home, or I wanted to take care of my family, take care of my children, take care of my mom. Dudes like that stop existing after the crack era was destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Where the prospect of making a whole lot of money existed, so dudes really wanted to get into it in order to change their families' lives, even though more than likely it didn't work out that way. But this just shows how selfish inmates are, and how this dude literally chose his life, right? Chose his life, suffering the consequences of it, but decides that he wants to hold someone hostage and try to hurt them, right? And it's just ridiculous, and it's just senseless. And for all that, why even do the crime, man? You're taking it out on other people for what? But without further ado, I'm gonna get the reporter voice ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A violent Rikers inmate awaiting trial for murder kidnapped and held hostage a physician's assistant for 3 hours regarding to chew his face off, according to a New Manhattan federal lawsuit. George Villalobos, a 30-year veteran of the notorious Queens Jail's medical clinic, filed the suit Thursday against the city correction officer and the warden for putting him in the terrifying predicament by allegedly failing to observe basic safety protocols, then waiting hours to call for assistance. Mr. Villalobos was held hostage in a locked room while inmate threatened to kill, assault, bite, and chew his face off, smash his head in, and otherwise injure him. Attorney, I can't say this name because I can't pronounce it, wrote in the complaint. Villalobos was working at the jail's clinic September 24th, 2019, when he treated a Peter Rodriguez, who was charged with stabbing his roommate to death over rent money. Despite Rodriguez's known violent propensities, including allegedly putting a physician in a headlock and sucker punching another clinic staffer, the correction officer led Villalobos alone with the prisoner, who was only front cuffed and not chained or shackled, the suit alleges, referring to Rodriguez having only bound wrists. Rodriguez followed Villalobos, then 58, into a nursing station at about 12 p.m., asked for a glass of water, then locked the door behind him. Meanwhile, the two captains assigned to mind Rodriguez were chatting in the examination room and hadn't noticed that their charge had vanished until Mr. Villalobos started banging on the plexiglass window of the nursing station for help, the papers say. Several DOC officers rushed to the nursing station at about 1 p.m. and unsuccessfully tried to persuade Rodriguez to open the door. During the standoff, Rodriguez repeatedly threatened Villalobos with an oxygen tank and asked where the scalpels were stored. At one point, Rodriguez allegedly told the correction staffers negotiating with him, "I'm going to F this N-word up if you don't give me what I want." He then lifted the tank and said, "I'm going to smash this N-word up. It's going to be on you. I'm going to F this guy up. I don't care if I kill him," court papers say. The physician's assistant thought he was about to die, the complaint states. Villalobos kept reciting Hail Marys, asking protection from God, and then asking to die quickly, according to the court filing. At 2 p.m., the facility's warden arrived, but was acting in a nonchalant manner with her hands in her pockets as she peered through the nursing station's plexiglass window, then left, the suit says. The emergency services unit was finally called in at 3 p.m. and resolved the situation in minutes. They told Rodriguez if he didn't open up the door in 30 seconds, they would bring the door down, and he complied. Mr. Villalobos' entire body was shaking, the suit says. He was unable to speak and short of breath. Villalobos charges that correction personnel refused to seek the assistance of emergency services for 3 hours for fear the incident would be made public. This prolonged the hostage situation and the psychiatric harm to Villalobos, the suit says. Mr. Villalobos suffers from debilitating post-traumatic stress disorder that has required extensive therapy and has left him too scared to shower with the door closed, the filing states. A spokesman for the city's law department said it would review the case. The Department of Correction didn't immediately return a request for comments. Okay, that ends the story from the New York Post. As usual, I'm going to give my insight on the situation, and I'm going to say the officers failed this man. The officers failed this man, and they also failed to properly take care of this inmate. This inmate was already known for attacking staff anyway. So the fact that he wasn't shackled properly, yes, I'm somebody who's been to Rikers, I'm somebody that's been in jail, but this man right here is an animal, period, Some people can be reformed, some people cannot. DOC owes this man money for his trouble. DOC owes this man at least $200,000, man. They violated. This man was held hostage for 3 hours for a situation that would have been resolved in minutes if they called the emergency unit. But because the officers already knew they messed up, they told the warden. The warden would be held responsible for these officers. And it seems like she didn't care enough to even try to get the inmate to stop herself. She just peered through the plexiglass. Rikers must die, okay? All of these officers should be held accountable. All of these wardens should be held accountable. This man literally could have died. Speaking on behalf of the inmate, clearly mental issues here, but where some would say mental issues, I sometimes would like to say that not mental issues per se all the time, but also just narcissism, or just people who know they ruin their lives and they want to be assholes about it, take it out on other people. This is an innocent man who could have lost his life simply for the fact that the people who are supposed to protect and serve him did not do their jobs, 2 inmates, probably from the hood themselves, talking, gossiping about nothing important, putting this man's life in danger. Rikers Island must die. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.